Must meet a certain requirement to obtain the knowledge of this NPC. That's kind of an obnoxious system. Partly because it just doesn't tell you what you need.
Yeah,
It's like, you don't have something. I don't know.
Go speak
away.
to a marked NPC. Ooh.
That was quest heavy.
Who are we supposed to go talk to?
For which part?
I don't know. It says we have to go talk to somebody before we can talk to this guy.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. He has the same problem that Isabel has, where we can't do their quest till we do something else somewhere. But it just doesn't tell you what you're missing. So I'm kind of thinking, like, who gives a fuck? Oh, I do have the lookout quest. Whoops. I'm gonna backtrack for a second and go kill like 2 more of those.
Wow, this is
No, I got off on accident.
kind of bad. You know, I'm gonna try talking to him again. Nope. You were
No,
one
it's just
important.
it's exactly like Isabel. You can't do anything with him unless you
I know
find something somewhere else.
I know who we have to go talk to.
I had to kill a few pickaxe people real quick because I missed out on that.
Oh, wow.
I didn't notice I had the quest.
The list of games this year is huge. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nowadays following game releases is just flat out overwhelming.
Yeah, I only pay attention to stuff within like the next week or two.
Like I follow an ungodly amount of game releases, and then like my friends that barely pay attention to the news will just randomly be mentioning stuff that I've never heard of before, and I'm like, how did you find out about that? And also, how is there more stuff?
It's like you with Salt and Sanctuary. I had no idea it was coming out.
Yeah. I only know it because I follow Vativigia on Twitter and he retweeted the tweet about it. That's like my only reference for that, really.
By the way, I figured out how to continue.
Did you?
Yeah, we had to talk to the guy next to him.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Obnoxious. Oh well, it happens.
Yep. We did find a new place to go murder people, though. And it's about appropriate for our levels, which is kind of handy.
Okay. Do you have trouble getting pickaxes? Right now they're just not dropping for me.
Yeah, it took a little while. Why the donkey next to is Zaro?
If you help us, we'll
Okay. I gotta go find somebody named Zaro.
Not dropping any.
Yeah, Odin
Yeah,
Sphere.
Scott Pilgrim is like this crazy like love letter to all of like garage rock and stuff like that, to the point where they took a whole bunch of people that are influential throughout the genre and got them together to like do the songs that make up the entire soundtrack.
Yep.
Like I think they got the Black Lips to do every single song that the actual band, like Sex Bomb plays.
Mm-hmm.
They even had a lead singer of the Pixies did I Hear Ramona sing and stuff like that.
Neat.
And then all the visual components were fantastic. But like I went into that movie already being a fan of Edgar Wright movies, so it was a pretty easy sell already.
It
Like,
amuses
you mean
me
Edgar
that
Wright's gonna
Captain
you
America
mean Edgar Wright's
was-
gonna make a movie that specifically panders to me? Cool.
Yep. No, I
Not
thought
taking a
that
single
movie was
quest item.
absolutely hilarious the first time around, but by like second and third times, I was just like, I can't stand this.
I don't generally have that issue with actors. And I know Andrew also has like a list of people that are like hang-ups for him, where like the moment they're in a movie, like the whole movie's gonna suck for him.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
actually
pick
thought I
those
was.
people.
I actually thought I was gonna hate. I thought I was gonna hate. Oh, what was it? Where's Cesaro? I thought I was gonna hate Ant-Man for that reason, actually.
Oh, for Paul Rudd?
Yeah, I don't like him that much because he's only generally in rom-coms, and they're usually pretty bad.
Yeah. He's fine though.
He's not
I
bad.
my primary reference for him is 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Never saw that one.
Which I guess that's also a rom-com, isn't it?
Yeah,
Technically, yeah. At its
Even if
core,
it's
at least.
bit unique. Okay, I gotta find a guy named Izaro in town.
I'm lucky because my can't stand actors are segregated, all to being in movies with each other and never anything else. So I never have to encounter people like Kevin James and stuff I care about.
That's a good point. Kevin James is pretty bad.
For me, the worst actors that ruin a movie for me are the ones that I just know don't give a shit and don't try, and have an entire career based around the least effort they can possibly muster. But the great thing is that all the movies I like to watch require a great deal of effort, so they are not in them. And so I'll never see Adam Sandler again. He can stay in all those movies where he looks tired and sad and waiting for his age to take him, however aging works. Yay!
I've got a quest. God, I'm trying to find a person named Izaro. Oh, that's Izaro.
Finally turn in the quest that I picked up earlier.
What on earth is that blacksmith? Hell if I know, man. I really wish I did. Ant-Man was amazing. I liked Ant-Man. Oh, what the?
My main issue I had was that they took the time to explain the
what?
rules for how the growing and shrinking works, and then the entire ending threw all those rules out.
What the hell? My character is now locked to his cursor on his horse. So, my horse travels in the direction my camera is pointing. What?
Oh, whoops. Congratulations, and welcome to the new way that your game's gonna work forever.
Try sprinting across an open field on the back of a horse. It feels so nice.
There we go. The horrifying troll goblin monster had got what he wanted.
Oh, here we go. This is what I need to do.
Trying to think of what the actors are, the directors are that I like to watch, but I get bad with names sometimes. Like Steven Soderbergh, Edgar Wright, Quentin Tarantino. There's certain people where I'll just kind of try to watch whatever comes out.
Wow, this is quite possibly the most painful quest in the entire game. So Keith,
Which one are you on right now?
It's called Goods Delivery to the Eastern Gate.
Oh.
Yeah, if you go back to the Stable Master on the south side of that town, you get this quest. It is ride a donkey to the Eastern Gate. Wait, Keith? Stop. I'm right behind you.
Are you?
Like, just don't move.
Right behind me.
Come find me. Do you see me?
Stuck on the wall. Oh.
Yeah. You should go pick up this quest.
Oh.
We'll get there at about the same time.
You have to ride someone else's donkey.
Yes.
Shit.
Literal pack mule.
I almost want you to get off and come back so we can ride together.
Okay, fine. I mean, I can manually control. I can manually control this thing, but if I hold shift, it goes at a slightly. No, it doesn't. It does not change speed at all.
Let's see. Who's is the donkey's next to Izaro? Izaro?
Yeah. Just look for the gray ones.
Master, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's way back there. Right. Is it safe to just leave your horse?
Yeah. It's in a safe zone. Nothing's going to attack our horses around here.
I just don't know if the game's going to flip out the moment you... No, that's not the stable keeper. His name is Vanisil. Where's Izaro?
Do you see me? Do you know... Can you see where I am on the map? You're at the wrong one.
Yeah.
I said the stable master on the south side. You went to the north side.
I didn't know there was two.
Yeah, I told you. But I honestly can't blame you for not listening. This game details...
Oh, Chad has a pretty good call out. Yeah, James Gunn, the guy, he made Guardians of the Galaxy and Super, and what my personal favorite is he made Slither.
Don't think I saw
Fantastic. Slither. This donkey?
Yep.
This sadness donkey?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's have an adventure wander and talk about movies and stuff.
You know how you said you don't autopath things because you go faster?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter here.
It's making a slight difference. I think you were going slightly faster than me, but hot damn, do I not want to manually control this.
This is a real quest, huh?
Yeah.
It's a real quest.
Well, 100%.
Yeah, Slither is a horror comedy, which is basically my favorite genre, and it has Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks in it, and ridiculous slug monsters.
And
it's hilarious.
Check it out.
And it has Michael Rooker, and he's great too.
Movie that I really liked.
And so like he keeps reusing those actors in all of his movies. Like Super Nathan Fillion makes a cameo, and he makes another cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy. And Michael Rooker is the blue guy in that movie.
Oh.
Like he's one of those directors that uses the same actors over and over again.
Yeah,
they get a good
not?
working relationship. Like when you get Edgar Wright with like Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
Movie I like, Chuck and Dale versus Evil. It is Chuck and Dale, right? No, something and Dale versus Evil.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Tucker and Dale. Yeah, I don't know why I keep
fantastic.
Yeah, that is a really good movie. I loved that one.
You got a real good day of movie marathon if you watch Tucker and Dale versus Evil, Slither, and Cabin in the Woods.
All right then.
They're all fantastic, and they're all that exact note of like horror comedy that's also genuinely scary sometimes.
Yeah. What other movies? Do
Tucker and Dale is great is because it's a comedy, but it doesn't pull any punches with having really horrible gore and messed up things happen in a horror fashion, but also because the things split between the perspectives of the misunderstood rednecks that the teenagers think are slasher villains, and the teenagers themselves, that it'll cut back and forth between being filmed like a comedy while you're looking at like the guy from Firefly and stuff hanging out, and then it'll cut to the teenager's point of view, and it's like sort of like a bluish tinge and a more sinister camera angle, but it's the same scene.
I watched that movie right before playing Until Dawn, and I didn't think of this until now. I really want to play a Tucker and Dale versus Evil video game that plays like Until Dawn, where your decisions affect how everybody else dies, but you yourself and the people around you are mostly fine. And
I can absolutely see a series of Until Dawn style decisions being just plastered over, like edited into the movie Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Where you see the player make the bad decision, and then the guy gets put into the wood chipper or something.
Yeah. And then you come back, play again, you make the good decision, and he still dies, but it's even more ridiculous. It's like, you know what? I'm okay with this. I would love to play that, though. That would be really fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Maybe that'll be the sequel.
My problem with games like Until Dawn is I don't like the characters. I had the same problem with Walking Dead. Most survival horror things...
You didn't like the characters in Walking Dead?
No. Like...
Wait, which Walking Dead? There's like 3 things you could be talking about.
Yes.
So you've tried the comic and the show and the game? You didn't like any of the characters?
Okay, I liked Glenn, but, I mean, he comes and goes.
What about
and even
Lee
then
and Clementine?
Okay, those two were good,
Everyone likes Lee and Clementine.
Okay, so for the first game, I really liked Lee and Clementine. For the second game, I was just angry at everybody else that I couldn't enjoy Clementine. Because it's like, here's this little girl, let's shit all over her.
I think that's an entire game where you're
problems.
supposed to be angry at everybody.
Yeah. Because, like,
It's a
I
real
don't know.
quest.
It is. I mean, it's kind of peaceful.
I'm just eating out your donkey's asshole right now. At least that's the gate, though, right?
Yeah, we're almost there.
Alright, at least there's that.
Yeah. But no. I have a lot of trouble with, games like that where I don't like any of the characters. All of the characters that I like die. Almost immediately. Or fairly early on. Like, Lee is the exception. But he still dies, and then it's just like, eh. So, I played through all of Walking Dead Season 2. Genuinely unhappy with everybody. Because none of the characters were redeemable. Or, if they were barely characters, so it's like, I have no, interest in you as a person.
There was a genuine problem with Season 2 where I think it had a higher total of characters than Season 1, but also they had a tendency to be introduced later in the series and sometimes even get killed too fast by comparison.
Yes.
Whereas in Season 1 of the game...
for the most part, most of them
you get
lasted
almost the
entire
entire camp of people. I'm stuck on this thing. Season 1, you get like an entire camp of people at the beginning, practically, and then you spend most of the rest of the season with them or whatever's left of them.
Yep. But, I really liked Carly. I really liked, the nerd guy.
Carla?
I'm talking in the first game. I The characters in the second were so unmemorable, I don't even care about who survived and who didn't. There was like the one Mexican guy that got shot almost immediately by somebody else, and then they hid his body somewhere.
Yeah, probably not go too far into spoilers just in case.
Yeah.
Just because there's not a ton of conversation to get out of the spoilers, but you just drop it on people.
You want to go back and get our horses now?
Ooh, more inventory expansion.
Yeah. Because otherwise we can go for Gang of Rebels, but we should
right, because our horses aren't here.
Yeah, let's go get our horses.
Sadness. Really wish you could call them over.
Yeah. Teleport them to somewhere
at least
nearby.
the Rebels quest is working now.
Yep. There's also Haynes at the Grain Belt.
I'm coming for you.
I don't know where that one is. Well, whatever. But like for the first game, I really liked the nerd. I really liked the reporter. I really liked the one guy in like the very beginning with the glasses. The son of the farmer guy that you don't see in the TV show. What's his face? Or is he like son-in-law or stepson?
Sorry, who's the son of the farmer guy? I lost track of where we were because I was trying to navigate an inventory thing.
Walking Dead Season 1 dies almost immediately in the game, like within the first hour. For the life of me, I can't remember his name, though. How
did you get attached to a character that fast? They probably had 3 lines.
See, that's the problem, though. He didn't have enough time to fuck up, which is why I liked him. There was also the one guy that got his legs chopped off in the other farm. Whomever he was. You kind of remember him? Probably not. The problem
there was definitely a Season 1 character that was just a walking red shirt, and that they're introduced for a weird standalone episode, and then they die before the end of the episode, and you're like,
yes,
you were only here to be there for that scene.
I liked him, because he actually seemed competent.
He was literally designed only for you to like him, so that you'd be sad if something happened to him.
And that's the problem, because all the characters that survived were the characters I hated. And so it's like, why? Why is this a thing?
Well, the thing is, a lot of the storytelling from Walking Dead in general comes from characters not getting along with each other, because otherwise, if everyone works together perfectly or has the same goals, then you're a Final Fantasy party.
I guess
like everyone just walks around together and does the same thing, and then maybe there's a big boss fight or something, but like there's no drama or conflict.
I guess for me though, I would love to see a zombie game with, yeah, sure, there can be conflict every once in a while, but like for me, Walking Dead, it always pissed me off because the characters were too much against each other, and it always felt like the zombies were kind of a second thing. And
I feel like that's every other game ever, though, right? Because in every other game, every NPC is always getting along, and you're all talking to each other and doing quests for each other and solving problems and like usually they're all passive and you're solving problems for everybody else.
I guess I just don't remember a single zombie anything where the characters actually were goal focused and not stupid. Like I'm thinking Shaun of the Dead, you know, more or less.
I mean, that's
zombies
a comedy.
were kind of a yeah, I know, but still. From the perspective of it all.
It has a zombie scene set to Queen's song.
Yeah. I know it's
where they're
a comedy.
Fighting to the rhythm of Don't Stop Me Now.
But, like, my point is still... what was it? The one guy more or less dives out the window, killing himself for largely undetermined reasons, apart from the fact that he was a ponce.
That's not what happened at all.
Yeah, the glasses guy?
No, he gets grabbed by zombies and torn apart.
Well, yeah, because he was trying to, like, break down the barricade and leave, and then he stood in front of the window like an idiot. And then the other chick sacrificed herself. My bad. Close enough. But, like, that's not an uncommon thing. Have you ever seen Night of the Living Dead?
The thing about zombies is they only function as being a form of apocalypse storyline. Like, the zombies themselves are boring. Having a whole movie where people just fight zombies all the time, and that's the only threat, doesn't have anything interesting happen.
I guess.
That's basically what some of the Resident Evil movies are, actually. That those are the closest thing sometimes to having plots where it really is just dealing with zombies and maybe a bad guy. And it comes down to a bunch of guys going down hallways and shooting things, then going down more hallways and shooting things.
I guess the question would be, have you ever read the book World War Z?
Yes.
Okay. Like, I actually want to see that as, like, a legit thing. With the, you know, here's kind of almost war documentary of, like, this is the apocalypse. Here's how we dealt with it. And what the...
Yeah, World War Z had to go around it too by abstracting the zombie apocalypse, so that because even it, when it wasn't about human versus human, was ultimately still had to make a story about something. They had to abstract away from the zombie conflict as much as possible by making it a historical thing, because just having a story about zombie outbreak is boring without human drama.
I guess.
So they have, they have all these things where they treat it like a virus outbreak around the world, and they talk about all the special weapons that they would use to try to fight them and stuff like that. And like all the nitty-gritty details of how the world works in a zombie apocalypse were actually the body of the story in that fiction, instead of fighting zombies. Because fighting zombies is still boring.
But that's like what I'm kind of saying here. I want that nitty-gritty of like, yeah, the zombies are boring, but the way people react to solving the problem is interesting.
We're back to not having health bars, and it's freaking me out.
Yeah. I think I've got it for a couple of them. These guys are easier. Yeah, somebody just got 6 million silver coins. No idea how that happened. Like, I really want to play Project Zomboid at some point, because that game is supposed to be, like, fairly survival-y.
People were really mad at the developer of that game. Do you know why?
It's because
I just tried to manage drain you, damn it.
He lost, progress on it for a while, and so, like, development just stopped. Well, he made up for the fact that he lost a ton.
That game multiplayer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should do that sometime, then.
Like, I bought it
it could be more bearable with a teammate partner.
Absolutely.
Teammate partner, good job, me.
I know what you mean. I think that was actually one of those where, if you die, you can find your body on the next playthrough.
Like Zombie U?
Yeah. Which I think is kind of neat. But, like, the point of, Project Zomboid is, you pretty much can't survive. It's just a matter of go until you die. And I think that's kind of cool. I guess I don't mind win conditions on games like that, but sometimes it feels arbitrary and stupid, like just survive for 50 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes you have to try to figure out what the goal is of the game that is otherwise just a sandbox, right? Things are mad at me.
Did you ever see any of Life in Bunker?
Oh yeah, I have Firestorm. Just
You
like
should probably use that.
protect me.
Working on it. I kinda...
That was a big attack, but you killed everything.
That was a big attack, but I had already killed everything, so it's like,
Yep, I almost died for that.
You should probably heal, by the way.
Yeah. I don't feel like mapping them. Let's try to drag these down here. 0? There we go. My only way of healing is mana is health potions, because I can't effectively heal myself. This skill down here. Fireball explosion. Try it. How do I do this?
I guess the alternative that I'd like to see for a zombie survival movie is you still have like the main characters being like complete shits to each other, and then you just have like one society that's totally functional because they weren't just like fighting each other constantly, and so it's just like a yep.
There we go. I have a combo attack.
Normal people would have done.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, I know.
Society doesn't follow reasonable, logical patterns. We are petty even at the worst of times when we need to most not be petty.
I don't know. I still find like the situations in like Walking Dead to be largely unrealistic.
Oh yeah, zombie apocalypses are completely unrealistic.
Well, I mean, but like, if it were real, the sheer amount of like drama that people go through in these games and movies feels excessive. That it kind of breaks.
I buy the drama part. I just don't think the apocalypse could happen. You have to rewrite the how zombies work to make them realistic.
Yeah,
like they
that's
basically
a good point.
it has to be something like I mean, it basically has to be 28 Days Later zombies, where it's like they're super threatening, and they're super infective, and you're totally fucked so easily. Because Walking Dead zombies,
Very boring.
They bite. Well, actually, Walking Dead zombies kind of cheat because in Walking Dead, everyone who dies becomes a zombie.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like at that point, like people die all the time. So there's a constant supply of zombies. But the traditional zombie story is that you have to get bitten to become a zombie, and the zombies are usually slow lumbering things. And real life has a military, so the idea that the zombie outbreaks could actually take over the entire world is hilarious because the way that zombies are portrayed.
Yeah.
Like, the protagonists of said story usually dispatch like 20 zombies each, and so you're like, well, then how are they ever a threat in the first place?
Actually, kind of relevant, kind of irrelevant. I mentioned World War Z. Did you actually see the Brad Pitt movie?
Oh yeah.
What'd you think of that one?
I think I want to get around to seeing the unrated version at some point.
I honestly
there's
did not know there was an unrated version of it.
Yeah, at some point Netflix got an unrated version, and I'm curious about that because there's definitely some censored moments in the main film, like when they're cutting away from things and trying to do slow-mo silent scenes to emphasize how brutal something was.
So I saw the unrated version. I have no idea what the rated version would be like, but
like there was a scene where someone gets a limb cut off, and the camera like cuts away, and there's no sound, and they just convey it through a screaming. And stuff like that.
Pretty fucked up in the movie. Like, they actually do show much more of it. And he's, like, talking to her and being like...
the theatrical film was PG-13, I think.
Yes.
Which is not really how to present the violence of that particular story. See if I can do my charge-up combo. Look at this. Boom!
Yep.
Did you get to see that when that happened?
I mean, it was kind of in the middle of it, so yeah.
So what happened is my fireball attack that I charge up and unleash on people that I've had since the beginning of the game, it hits the ground, and then I do an explosion after that.
Nice.
So I can do it. My new attack is a secondary explosion on the existing attack.
Favorite zombie movie is Warm Bodies, though. Yeah.
Warm Bodies. That was entertaining, more so than I thought it was going to be.
It was a lot better than I expected. I watched it in a theater, and I was like...
That's like the case, though, of forced drama.
It's true. Though, I will say, that is kind of the example of a situation where society actually had kind of formed a reasonable response up until the forced drama.
But they somehow had a reasonable society despite being idiots.
Yeah.
Because, like, they would be faced with a zombie that talks and is clearly, like, some kind of human thing, and they can't possibly reason with this. And it's like, really, man?
Yeah.
Like, they had to make idiot characters just to
make the plot work.
Story happen, basically.
Well, yeah.
Because like half the other characters in the game are like, oh, cool, you're a zombie. That's weird. But like all the people in power are like, this is unbelievable. We can't do any of this. We have to kill them all. And that's the whole plot. Like that's where all the tension comes from, is because they need to make characters into idiots.
Yeah. That's kind of a bad way to write things.
Yeah. It was a badly written movie in many ways, but it was funny, and that part they did right.
Yep.
It was weirdly morbidly funny, which is my favorite kind of funny.
Yeah. Oh, what was...
Like, the central thrust of that movie is that it's a zombie that gets emotions by eating somebody's boyfriend and getting his feelings and memories.
Yes.
And getting a crush on her. But, like, he ate your boyfriend and, like, has his memories, and it's, like, really creepy and weird.
I thought that game did a good way, like, making two different distinct groups of zombies well. You don't get that very often.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You kind of get, like, the fast ones.
You know what actually does that properly is, the one that's good at that is, Walking Dead. Walking Dead in, like, a realistic fashion, actually, or as realistic as any of this ever gets, has actually had slowly, like, decaying zombies. Like, you watch seasons 1 through 6, and you see the design of the zombies evolve based on how much time has passed, which is fascinating. There's so much budget and work put into the visuals of that show.
That is one thing I would love to see for, like, the Walking Dead show, to show, like, 10 years later.
Oh yeah, I once listened to a podcast that was discussing, no, wait, I don't think it was a podcast, I think it was a special on television, actually, about the show, where they showed, like, that they have, like, a zombie school, where they train the actors, like, how to behave in the crowds as the zombies and everything, because they have to train so many people for those scenes, and, like, they discuss like how they like there's all these people, like most of them are only ever used in one scene, but then a lot of them, there's a few of them that they will reuse over and over again and just put them in different costumes from time to time. Like some of them are bragging like I've been killed by Michonne 3 times and stuff like that.
Yeah. I watched the Face Off show for a while, and they did a special on doing zombie makeup. But you had to do like 200 people each. Did you ever watch that show or no?
Oh, I'm getting credit. Face Off?
Yeah.
No.
It's
is that a reality TV about like set actors?
Special effects makeup.
Extras.
So like
I don't really watch documentary series or reality shows in general.
I don't watch reality shows either, but the concept behind it was awesome because you know you're working on set makeup, so you have people making like prosthetic alien faces, which is really cool. Problem is they drummed up the drama a little bit too hard, so after a while it started becoming more about like the interpersonal issues and less about the like we're making really cool costume things, and that's where I lost interest. Like most things.
I have a problem where I just emphasize story too much, and like when something's not a story, it's hard to get me to watch it.
I can understand that. Do we want to...
Like stuff that's just about like informative stuff, like this would be cool. Like if I randomly found this as like a 10-minute YouTube video, I'd probably watch it, but if I was like, I'm gonna sit down and watch this show, it's like hard, it's always like something that, well, like, it's the exact show that defines the kind of thing I would add to my Netflix queue, and then it would sit there for 3 years.
It was the show that I would watch while doing artwork. We would actually do like speed painting challenges, where it's like, alright, so this is, you know, today's episode. We're gonna have to paint it while they work on this. It was kind of a fun thing to do in art college, which I guess you probably would have like zero
I went to
connection
rock college.
Yeah.
We often didn't have computers for a month.
That is bleak.
Or internet.